Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial video. In this video I will show you how to play a Stamina Nightblade in the year 2024. A lot of things have changed, some haven't, but it's always worth to look back and learn some new things. I mainly made this video because I've gotten a lot of comments on how to play this, because since 2020 there hasn't been much going on with Stamina Roleblade. Since hybridization changes came, Rollerblade has been kind of forgotten, and now it just kind of came back. And having played all specs of Nightblade for the past year, I can definitely say that Stamina Nightblade right now, this spec is the strongest thing you can play in open world. So I am here to teach you, or reteach you again, on how to play it nowadays. And what I want to start with in this video is talking about damage sets. Because your burst combos will do no damage if you don't have good damage sets. So I want to go over some of the best damage sets that you can have on a Stamina Nightblade. And by the way, here's those stats. Totally recommend. You can get beta access right now for $20. And the first insane damage set for Stamina Nightblade is Shattered Fate 5-piece. That thing does like crazy number, like 16 or to 20% damage, PvP damage increase from the offensive penetration that it adds. And this is what I love running on my body. The next set is Balork, from when you don't want to use Frenzied Momentum. So Vateshran 2H. This is the perfect replacement for it. It hits like a truck, especially when you're above 160 ultimate. Plus, you can stack your ultimate for when you duel, up to 500 ult, and then hit someone with the highest damage you can possibly do on a Stamina Nightblade. Next up is Kinmacher's Cruelty. It's an RNG set, which I don't really like, but it has so much stat density, as you can see here. And it has so much predicted damage increase that you can reach with it when you proc that major vulnerability and that major breach, that it's super worth running. And more often than not, you will take big advantage from it. Additionally, because you get debuffs like Major Cowardice and Major Maim, which increase your tankiness by a lot, and Major Defile is just nice for when you fight the tankier guys with a lot of healing. Next up is Sun's Favor. Not my favorite set because of downtime. When I played in open world, I had maybe 2 to 5% uptime of that set, especially, and yeah, it only ever works against big groups or in a duel. But yeah, if you manage to proc the set, this is like 18% damage, PvP damage increase, a bit higher than Shattered Fate. But Shattered Fate is at its level, it does pretty much the same amount of PvP damage increase. Other than that, Shattered Fate is just always up, and that's why it's nicer. Morak Tonk, super underrated, nobody ever talks about it, but the set is super strong for a Stamina Nightblade. It's always up, 20% predicted damage increase. The only thing that you need to change on your build in order to take full advantage of this is to use Surprise Attack and the Stamina Bow morph. Super important. You need the Stamina Bow morph because it's disease damage. And the last few sets are Nightmother's Gaze. This is like flat out the most standard set I can think of that you can run on Stamina Nightblade because of how difficult it is at times to get Major Breach. They just fixes it. It's like the basic B of the Stamina Nightblade builds. Pretty much everyone that I know runs this. You cannot go wrong with it. Then Phoenix Moth Forge, perfect backbar set. 30% predicted damage increase on a backbar set is unheard of. This is like an always up Clever Alchemist. Gives you minor courage and minor force, and a little bit of recovery. It's amazing. This is that set I run on my backbar. Then you have Clever Alchemist. Everyone knows that. And one last thing I have to say about martial knowledge is that I would have no idea this set exists without the ESO stats. Before we start, there's two things that I need to show you, and that is the difference between a medium attack and a fully charged heavy attack. This is a fully charged heavy attack, and this is a medium attack. It almost looks like a light attack, but it's not. It works all the heavy attack conditions that you can think of. Let's begin with the first combo, the most telegraphed one, easiest to guess. Everyone uses it, and that's just a fully charged heavy attack into incap. This you want to do. You can honestly use it without a cloak. It's just a basic combo of doing the most, some of the most quick and a lot of damage in a single GCD. Basically, you want to follow, before you do any of your big skills like Merciless Resolve or Incap, you want to do a fully charged heavy attack. Now let's get to the second combo, and that is Surprise Attack off balance into a heavy attack Incap. Quite basic, mostly used in duel scenarios or when you have a bigger burst window when you don't get much damage on you. You want to prioritize getting off balance before you pick skills like Merciless, Resolve or Incap, basically because it increases your heavy attack damage by a ton and makes it so your enemy gets stunned and they cannot break free before your big skill hits. So yeah, basically you just want to be behind the enemy. You just do the surprise attack, heavy attack, fully charged heavy attack into Incap. Same thing with bow, fully charged heavy attack into bow. You can also make sure that it's less telegraphed this way, and basically just off balance your enemy, go into cloak, you know, fully charged heavy attack into Incap. And it will still stun, and then you will still hit your biggest skill. Now the next few combos will base off of the idea that a bow heavy attack hits right after your melee skill that you cast right after you bar swap. What I mean is that when you do this, you can see that your surprise attack, concealed weapon in this case, hit right before the heavy bow attack did. And this opens up a lot of cool plays that you can do with it. This next burst combo is based exactly on that idea. Your Merciless Resolve and Incapacitating Strike are both delayed. So what you can do to guarantee to hit them with huge damage from the fully charged bow heavy attack, because a bow heavy attack hits harder than a two-handed attack, is by simply off-balancing your enemy, hitting him then with a bow heavy attack and bar swapping immediately to a Merciless Resolve or to your Incapacitating Strike. And why this is good is because it guarantees that your Merciless Resolve or Incapacitating Strike hits, and deals huge damage and allows you to even finish off your enemy because of the timing that you stun your enemy with. So what you want to do is off-balance your enemy, then plus points if you get into cloak. Whoops, that's not it. So first, you off-balance your enemy, you go into cloak, you fully charge your bow heavy, immediately bar swap, and do your Merciless Resolve. Or, you off-balance your enemy, go into cloak, fully charge heavy attack, and you're doing your Incap. And now you can finish it off. Real easy. Now one combo I really like doing, but it's not always that reliable, is this. So imagine this. you have your enemy off balance, and you want to surprise it with a combo from afar. Now you can do this. You can do fully charged heavy into bow, and then either surprise attack him, or better yet, you have him off balance. You go into cloak, surprise him with the fully charged Merciless Resolve into incap. It gets people super confused, especially when you fire your ranged skills from afar. And I've gotten a lot of kills with it. It's not a telegraph because not many people do it. Now let's cover some other crucial aspects of playing as Summoner Nightblade. Of course, we are a very versatile class. We can play with a lot of different skills. So I want to also show you some combos with some other skills that you might really like. And the first one being Snipe. In this case, Focus Name, because I like Focus Name and I think this is the better mod for current Stamina Nightblade. The basic combo with this skill is being point blank into a big skill. So let me charge up my abilities right now. I'll show you that again. You're in cloak, catch your snipe, big skill, incap. When you do this point blank out of cloak, you will do a ton of damage like that. Bonus points if you fire your light attack right before bar swapping. This just adds a little bit more damage to this. This is how the old school Stamina Nightblade gankers always played. This is hard to beat combo. Now let's get to the next burst combo. Remember what I told you about firing a Merciless Resolve from afar? The same applies to Snipe. Even better because it's always up. So what you want to do is first have your enemy off balance, then go into cloak, catch your snipe, medium attack, and then your big skill. For people that didn't understand what I did there, I will go over it a bit slower again. So what you want to do is first off balance your enemy, then be in cloak or just be more unpredictable when you're casting snipe. You do your snipe, medium attack into a big skill. Did you see the little medium attack that I did? I'll show you that again. Snipe, medium attack. Medium attack. Medium attack. Snipe, medium attack, big skill. So that way you do your damage preemptively with snipe, then you off balance your enemy with a medium bow attack, and immediately hit him with a big skill. Now this next combo involves crushing shock. No, not crushing shock, crushing weapon. Because I believe that crushing weapon is one of the best skills you can run on the Stamina Nightblade right now. And why that is because it gives you all three of the most important buffs. Major Breach from the skill itself, Minor Breach because it's a physical damage skill, and you can also proc a shock damage enchant which gives you minor vulnerability. And if we were to calculate the damage increase from this skill itself, it would be at around 31 to 32% PPV damage increase. By the way, check out ESO stats. You can get beta access right now and make your life so much easier with hero crafting. So you use the skill mainly for pre-buffing because of all the crazy buffs that it gives you. And the way you can use it is by simply first casting your light attack and then casting a crushing shock. You have probably not seen anything, but let me show you this again. Light attack, crushing shock. Light attack, crushing shock. And it instantly hit. Now this opens a lot of playroom. A lot of playroom. Because look at this. Light attack, crushing shock, bar swap. And it hit. All of it did. Crushing shock, light attack, bar swap into a big skill. Sorry. Light attack, crushing shock, bar swap into a big skill. Works flawlessly. You can do it from Sneak too. Check this out. And It only ever hits once you are ready to cast your big skill. Perfect. My most favorite thing to do with this combo is to simply light attack, crushing shock, bar swap and hit someone with a big skill, or light attack, crushing shock, cancel that with a roll, and then go ham at the enemy. So again, light attack, crushing shock, bar swap. Light attack, crushing shock, bar swap. And you need to be really fast with your fingers. Now that you understood my previous combo, I want to get to something more complex. And for this combo you'll need two different skills. Crushing Weapon and Focused Aim. Now, this combo will not guarantee you hitting Mercy versus All for Incap, but you still want to focus on the big skills because this is a hard nuking combo. And what Crushing Weapon applies Major Breach, Focused Aim applies Minor Breach, plus points if you have a Shock Enchant on your background, because that applies Minor Vulnerability. And what you want to do is simply first Beam Cloak, cast your Snipe, light attack, then you do your Crushing Weapon, and then you can nuke your enemy. So I will go over it again. First, what you want to do is be in Sneak or in Cloak. Then you cast your Focused Aim, light attack, into Crushing Shock, into Incap. And this is the most complex combo I can think of that does the most damage, but is not guaranteed to hit anything, sadly. Let's do it again. Snipe, light attack, Crushing Shock, cancel it, and then nuke your enemy with a big skill. Again, Snipe, light attack, Crushing Shock, cancel it, and big skill. You can also do it point blank. Works even better sometimes. So for this burst combo, you will need to have the perfected Vateshran two-hander. What this weapon does is basically it's a proc set. It procs off of a medium attack, and it's an AoE proc. Another thing you'll need for this is Ambush. That's why I love playing Ambush with Vateshran 2H, just because of this combo. And what you want to do here is first make sure that you have your Vata 2H up through casting stamina skills. And then you look at your enemy straight in the eye from afar, very important. Best case scenario, you're also in Cloak, because then the enemy cannot see you up until it's already too late and you're hitting him with Winning Cap. It's quite crazy, because Ambush doesn't decloak you. So let's do this. One very important thing about this combo is that you have to be far away for it to work. So yeah, let's do it. Cloak, fully charged heavy, ambush, and then you hit your big skill. And did you see what happened? Your Vateshran 2H procced at the same time as you were casting your first skill out of Cloak. It's really crazy. You could see it in some of my videos where I just simply deleted people in a matter of a split second. So yeah, let's do it again. Cloak, fully charged heavy, ambush, into your big skill, and that does all the work. And remember, you need to be further away from your enemy for this to work. Plus points if your enemy is off balanced beforehand. Because when your enemy is off balanced beforehand, oh, that adds a guaranteed incap and so much more damage on your fully charged bow. Just like that. And yeah, thanks for watching and happy hunting!